Hi guys, it's Nina from VRFocus. I am at VRDC, joined by...
Hi, I'm Scott Montgomerie, the CEO and co-founder of Scope AR.
So we talked a little bit about remote AR, but you're also doing something that is very PowerPoint based. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so the project is called WorkLink, and we kind of like to call it PowerPoint for augmented reality. So the idea is that you bring in CAD models from manufacturing and design processes, and then you design kind of a flow chart, kind of like a Microsoft Visio flow chart. And that would define the steps in your procedure. And for every step in that procedure, you can define things like text, video, audio, text-to-speech, and then associate some of these 3D models with actual equipment and overlay that. Then you would build out animations to illustrate how to perform a certain step in a certain procedure. So this might be something like a wrench flying onto a nut, undoing the nut would undo and fly off. Then maybe in the next step, the nut had loosened up a housing, so you can show you the housing being pulled off. And then you might see certain wires to disconnect or something like that. So really intuitive instructions overlaid in 3 dimensions on top of whatever you're looking at. So it's really great for training, manufacturing, or maintenance use cases.
So am I imagining this for a phone or a tablet or for a headset?
Yeah, so it's totally cross-platform. It'll work on iOS, Android, Windows Surface, and HoloLens. It's particularly good on HoloLens. If you're doing these kind of instructions, you really want a hands-free type interface. So, a lot of our customers are using it on phones just because they're cheaper and available. But you have to see an instruction, put it down, and actually go ahead and do it, and then come back. It's much, much better inside of a HoloLens where it just shows you what to do, and you go ahead and do it. And it's kind of magical.
So the HoloLens recognizes the object that you're sort of working with. So if I were to take, for example, something that's IKEA, and it takes you've got the pamphlet, step-by-step thing, you put the bolt together, you put it together, the HoloLens or sort of that software would recognize bit by bit what to do?
Not necessarily recognize, but there's ways of associating the 3D content with the actual model. So you can do things like fiducial markers, you can do a pre-scan and associate it with that scan, or you can align it to the side of a room in the case of construction use cases. That's definitely an area of research. We really want, we would like that object recognition ability, but that's a couple years away from being really viable.
Amazing. And for what type of industries is this going to be used for? What is it being used for now?
It's being used in all sorts of things. We're being used for mining use cases, automotive, and utilities, manufacturing, consumer product goods. Pretty much you name it. You can imagine a time in the future where you've got maybe a problem with your spark plugs in your car, or maybe the battery in your electric car in the future, and it'll show you step by step how to disconnect the wires or whatever it is, or fixing your dishwasher or anything. I think this is going to become it's going to replace paper instructions, and it's certainly going to replace badly shot videos on YouTube. So.
That's your aim, your objective is just to get rid of those.
Replace the how-to section on YouTube. That's kind of what we want to do.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah.
And where can we find out more information about the product?
So you can check it out more at www.scopear.com.
And is that all available? How much is it to download?
So we've got the app available on the App Store for free. There's a couple of demo applications up there. On the website, there's a bunch of videos that show some of those demo applications in use, and we're kind of do enterprise sales, so we'll negotiate with customers for the authoring platform, creating their content on a case-by-case basis.
Fantastic. Well, head over to the website if you want to use it, want to be in the future. Get rid of those how-to videos.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for watching. Head over to VRFocus.com if you want to find out more about what they're up to, and I will see you there.
Thank you.